Again, for English language arts, for us is ELA 1 and 2. And so again, traditionally, before this year when we hit that component, our kids wouldn't do well the first semester because ELA 1 is from August to December, and then ELA 2 is from January to May. And so we wouldn't do well in English 1, and then we would progress in English 2, meaning kids had a whole full year of English, and we saw that progression. And so we're also making those strides with all of our students across those content areas. You can go to the next component. Gap closing. We are making sure that we are closing up those gaps for our most vulnerable people. And we consistently have done this. So even when we have struggled some in our achievement as we're continuing to make those shifts in instruction, we are making sure that our kids are growing at least more than a year when they're with us each year consistently for the last 5 years. The graduation rate, we have been 100% for the last 5 years, and the 2 years that we weren't prior to that, we were 98.1. I mean, that's not too bad, being that the district average is well below that. So that's not even a point of discussion in our school. That is an automatic thing. We don't talk about that. We talk about getting you ready for degrees. Because at my school, we have an opportunity and we have support structures in place that as kids are meeting high school requirements, they are also tackling the rigor of campus and attaining as many college credits as possible. We are not CCP. And so kids are working diligently to get those 60 hours so that they can get the AA degree. Right now, currently, our senior classes run from 55 to 59, and so currently 60% of our senior class, they are walking away from our institution with a high school diploma and a 2A degree from Youngstown State University. And I think that's pretty good as a young scholar from Youngstown City. When they leave us, it's about debt. I mean, you know, college is expensive. And so they are debt free when they leave us, when they have both of those degrees. So, can you go to the one that is the most obvious, which is that flag that's for prepare for success? Yeah, right here. So as you can tell, we struggle in this area with the ACT and the SAT. We've even had early exposure where all of our 10th graders take the ACT at the end of their 10th grade year. And so we just got on board within the last 2 years to include the SAT in preparation for that. And so now we're in the midst of trying to get the best strategies with my leadership team about how we address this. As you can tell, there are some quick wins, making sure everyone takes the ACT and everyone takes the SAT. And because the data shows 2 cohorts, our SAT data is not going to show up until next year. So all of our juniors who are now seniors took the SAT last year. So that will be a win that will increase this component. We don't have AP, we don't have IB because campus full-time, maximizing the number of college credits that they can get. I am a part of Ohio Early College Association cohort, and right now we are in talks with the Ohio Department of Education because I believe early colleges should be reflected on this state report card, and currently it is not. And so we have formed a piece of legislation that we are waiting to be passed, where any students who take college classes, the district would be able to earn 3 points per student when they earn. Do you know that is huge for school districts? It will push people to put college credit plus courses or even consider having an early college in their school district. And so that will be huge for us, and we're waiting for that decision as we speak, because it's unfair for kids who are a part of these early colleges who they do the work, they're taking care of both curriculum pathways, they get the college degree, and it's nowhere on this report card. That is unfair to the staff, the students, and the family who put all this work in and believe in this model. So hopefully within the next year or so, we will definitely, hopefully, hear some traction on that. So we spend 68.1% of our budget on students. I'm also a Title I school. I actually just received Title I funds within the last three years or so. So that really tremendously, that helped us as far as what we're able to provide for our students. As you can tell, our school receives $2,437 to help us. So with me, it is important, as it was with Principal Smith, that exposure is key. Experiences are key for our students. And we use money to give them experiences. It's nothing for me to have them go to the movie so they can see The Hate You Give, and then they have to write a comparative essay on that. It's nothing for them. We're getting ready to go see Harriet in 2 weeks. Those kind of experiences. Our school has been traveling globally since 2014. These kids have been around the world. We have been to France. We have been to Spain. We have been to Italy. We just came from Costa Rica last year. And we are geared up to go to Africa in 2021. It will change their lives. I've seen young people who could not leave and did not leave the South Side, they're jumping out of planes. That's the whole point, to build their cultural capital. And so I'm able to do that with the team of people that I have. Now, it is realistically that not everybody loves children the way that you love them, or they don't see kids the way that you see them. So the mandate is you either grow or go. And so that's the procedure that we're in right now, having those conversations, holding adults accountable. And as a leader, being fearless enough to have those conversations. And you can have those conversations respectfully. And I think it's important in this conversation because you cannot have high expectations without accountability. And so we're in the throes of that right now. And so yes, that is an F, but it will not stay an F. And again, we have certain structures in place. For example, my 9th graders have academic coaches. And what that means is if I have a kid who is a 2.0 or below, they have an advisor that they see every day. Beside their classroom teacher, this individual helps track their attendance, make sure they don't need any intervention. If they do, they're in contact with the parent as well. So the parent has like 4 contacts within the school. Then we have our 10th graders who also have that academic coach. And then as they transition to 11th and 12th grade, everybody has a coach that they must check in once a week. That coach is on campus checking attendance, in relationship with the professors, with the parents. So there are many levels of support at my school to help students do the work. And so with that in mind, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but where I am right now. That's all I have.
Okay, does anyone have a burning question before we get to lunch? Ms. Ferguson?
Being that I am an alumni of YEC, I do have a lot of questions for you, so I'll try to make them short. Since I have graduated, and yes, it's only been a semester since I've last been there, what all has changed? I really want to know, do the teachers have more creative freedom now and they don't have to go based off of this system that seems to be kindergarten based? or if you're able to be more present in the building, because I remember many times where people would come looking for you and you would be at a board meeting. We need our principal, and also, what is the criteria to get into YEC?
Okay, yes, so number one, the teachers that are strong enough, like Mrs. Banzel and other teachers who they have a proven track record, they have a little bit more freedom than everyone else. There are some teachers that, yes, they still have to follow a prescribed way of doing things because that level of accountability has to be there. Yes, we're including different things. We have a makerspace that's getting ready to open in January of 2020. That makerspace cultivates innovation, creativity. As you go into the building, we've included more art. We have an art gallery on the second floor where you see student artwork. This is only our second year into the building, so we've made those changes. We have posters that show what the kids have done. It's the students that are on those posters so that they can see themselves from past alumni, etc. I have tried to shift my schedule a little bit more so that I am in the building, but I have to manage a lot of systems. So it's hard for me when you have to manage 2 or 3 systems, making sure all those systems work. And so I'm not always available. Some of you were really spoiled when we were over at Theater Hall because I too had an open door policy. You guys had access and we were just on one floor. And so now we're down to like what 70,000 square feet. And so it's a huge building for us. And so I am around a lot of places. But yes, I have made that a priority to make sure that I am available to everybody.
And then also,
oh, you asked me about the process.
the process?
You asked me about the, so students come in the 8th grade. There are 10 points that we look at as our criteria. We look at behavior, attendance, we look at NWEA scores, we look at ELA and AIR math scores, we look at interviews with those scholars. We look at their recommendations from their core content teachers from their middle school. And we look at all of that. We don't look at one factor, we look at all of it so that we give everybody a fair chance to come in.